grandmother kept insisting, we have to have it done, we have to have it done. And finally, my mom had to cave in because I turned 16. And
Ali Matu Dimoni Kenny was a schoolgirl when she was forced to undergo FGM. Today, at a conference at City Hall, she wasn't the only one struggling to hold back tears. Ali Matu's horrific ordeal at her grandmother's home in Sierra Leone was almost 30 years ago.
I was taken into a room where there were other ladies, women, my relatives, aunties and friends of my mom, friends of my family. And I was almost ambushed. I would use the word ambush. And then I was thrown to the floor, and one of my mom's friend came and sat on my chest. And as I lay there motionless and she's sitting on top of me, the other aunties of mine came in and were lifting my legs.
There are thought to be around 74,000 FGM victims living in the UK, the majority in London. 65,000 British girls under the age of 13 are said to be at risk, but so far no one has ever been prosecuted.
It is a disgrace. There's no question at all that if you look at what's happened in France, they've had a very similar prohibition on the statute book, and they've done, I think, 200 successful prosecutions in the last 20 or 30 years. We've done 0. They've had 12 doctors struck off. We've had 0. We've got to raise our game dramatically.
Dr. Comfort Momo, a specialist midwife, has been treating the victims of female genital mutilation at St Thomas's Hospital since 1997.
I guess we've seen about 10 new cases in the last 2 weeks.
How angry does it make you?
It makes me feel angry in the sense that although we're doing something here in the UK, we're mobilising people, but we still have a lot to do.
London's mayor wants health workers to be forced by law to call the police if they suspect a patient is a victim of FGM. Simon Harris, ITV News, City Hall.
Ruqaiya Sarumi is from the charity Forward, who work with people affected by FGM. She joins me now. Thank you. We've seen the devastating impact it can have on somebody. It is irreversible and it changes lives. Why are we failing to prosecute it happening in London?
Well, I mean, the actual reality of FGM is that it is a practice that happens underground, and it requires, the full engagement of communities and people who are affected by FGM to kind of report the cases to the police. In addition to that, though, we actually need police and the relevant statutory and health guard professionals to be fully equipped and aware of the relevant signs to note when needing to report these cases to the police.
So do you agree with what the mayor said today, that in the case of, say, a doctor or a midwife, if they do examine women and children, they are only party to that, most people aren't, they should then report that to the police and be prosecuted if they don't do that, if they think somebody's a victim?
Well, first of all, we welcome the fact that the mayor has taken FGM seriously, and we think that's important to kind of note and be encouraged about. But we also must note that training is relevant, is very important for the professionals, particularly health professionals coming into cases regarding FGM. The first point of responsibility for healthcare professionals is service provision for girls and women affected by FGM. And as kind of noted in the multi-agency guidelines as released by the government, there is a clear reporting pathway relevant there for health professionals and other statutory professionals. The question is, do they know? And if they don't know, what measures are being put in place to ensure that they are able to know? For example, at Forward, we're a statutory, we're a training body, and we've trained many professionals throughout the year to kind of be informed and better equipped to deal with FGM. And sometimes we come into cases of individuals, professionals who haven't got the the best information needed to kind of protect and safeguard girls and women.
OK, Ruqaiya Sarumi, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you.